Before we start, when we say that fateh, let's mean it. So those of them sitting in their thrones in Delhi Takht, those of them sitting in Bombay, sitting in Amritsar, sitting in Jalandhar, wherever they sit, let them hear clearly and loudly our fateh, our victory, and let our victory last forever. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. I come to speak to you today as your younger brother. I come with Khali Hat. But I'm only going to speak to you for 5 minutes, but I hope to take something away with me today. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and as per the Sikh tradition, I want you to respond with Jagare if you agree. First, I want to tell you my story as a younger brother of the Sikh Panth. 25 years ago, my father went to Sri Darbar Sahib. My father went there with good intentions in his heart to Matha Tek and receive the blessings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Yet 25 years ago, the Zalim Sarkar, the traitorous armies of Indira Gandhi decided to invade Sri Darbar Sahib. They knew my father was going to be there. They picked the day specially. They picked the Shahidik Parb of Guru Arjan Dev Ji, knowing fully well that my father was going to be there. My father, along with thousands of other fathers and mothers. On invading Sri Darbar Sahib, they put my father on his knees. They knocked off my father's turban. They used it to tie his hands behind his back and then put a bullet through the back of his head. And yet, we carried on. Other people on the day weren't so lucky as my father. He suffered one bullet and he died. Other young children had their heads smashed against the walls. Women were raped. And let's take a second to think about where this happened. This happened at Sri Darbar Sahib, the one place on the earth, the one religious centre on the earth, which has 4 doors open to every single corner of the planet, open to every single person of every single background, faith and culture. It is in that place that these people came to rape, kill and loot and burn. So that was my father in June of 1984. My mother was at home in Delhi in November of 84. After the Sikhs successfully killed Indira Gandhi, the mobs who had their plans, they had the lists of Sikhs, where the Sikhs lived, where their businesses were, where their taxis were. And they came looking for my mother. They knew which house she lived in. They came knocking on the door, they knocked down that door, and they dragged my mother out screaming and kicking by her hair. They processed, one by one, they proceeded to take off my mother's clothes, and they raped her in the street, taking it in turns, 10, 15, 20 of them. I'm the son of the Bant, and this is my story. My father was killed in June 1984. My mothers were raped in November 1984, and yet here we stand. I come here Khali Hat. I come here with no sharam. What have I to lose? I come to ask you something today. 25 years have passed. People say to us one thing we hear over and over again. You should let it go. You should forget. Time has passed. I'm going to ask you a question and I will do a jakara, and by your response I will base the answer. It's a very simple question. Thousands have gathered here today. I'm going to ask you a question and I said I'll do a jakara and wait for your response. Should we forget 1984? No! Bhai Inderjit! Thank you for your answers. We have a few more questions, so bear with me. So you heard about my father. You heard about my mother. I had brothers and sisters as well. Listen to the word had. Because my older brothers, when they saw my father and my mother, and they saw what happened to them, they decided to do something about it. They decided to leave their homes, leave behind their wives and their children. They took to the fields of Punjab. They picked up whatever tools, whatever arms they could to fight the tyranny. And yes, they did fight the tyranny. It was no joke. The Indian Army has over 1 million soldiers. You're not going to fight 1 million soldiers by shouting Jakare. You're not going to fight 1 million soldiers by doing petitions. My brothers fought and my brothers died for the freedom of our people. Now I'll ask you one more question. They fought and they died. They died in the dirty gullies of Punjab. They died face down in the fields of Punjab. They died in the prisons. They died under the torture. They died being chopped piece by piece in the prisons. They died. My brothers and my sisters fighting for our freedom were raped. Men and women were raped in the prisons under the Tiranga of the Zalim Sarkar. Now I ask you another question, and I'll ask this followed by Chakara. Should we continue the struggle for freedom? Bhai Sonehal! I've had a request of Bhai Sahab. He says to answer the question, the tradition was we would typically raise our arms. So I'll ask that question again and I'll ask you to raise your arm if you think we should continue the struggle for freedom. Bhai Sonehal! I said I came here empty-handed. I'm a beggar at your door, and let's have a look at whose door I am at. You are the Khalsa Forge. You are the sons and daughters of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. You are the sons and daughters of the Guru who sacrificed his 4 sons for the Khalsa Panth. You are the sons and daughters of those ancestors who fought in battle with their heads on the palms of their hands. You are the children of those people that were chopped limb by limb, yet refused to give up their ideals and their values. I come to your door because there's no other door that I need to go to. I come to your door because all of the doors have been closed to me. For 25 years, we have marched this same march. For 25 years, we've handed in these same petitions. For 25 years, we have begged and scraped at every single door. Is it not time that we went back to the door of Guru Gobind Singh Ji and knocked on that door and asked him for help? It is fine and good and it is right to seek for friends in this world. It is right that we seek the diplomatic process. It is right that we seek assistance of these governments. But guys, let's not kid ourselves. The truth is, the power is within us. Look at your hands. Khali hath hai na? These hands can do nothing. If we join these hands in front of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, we say to Maharaj, Maharaj, give us the strength to get justice. Maharaj, give us the strength to continue. Maharaj, give us the strength to unite. Under one Nishan Sahib, Maharaj, those who have sinned against us, give us justice against those. Maharaj, those of us who have suffered, those of us who have been tortured, give them the strength to carry on. 25 years have passed. 25 years, it doesn't affect us here. It affects those people, those mothers who cannot sleep at night. Every single night, those mothers who see their children burning again in front of their eyes. It affects those husbands, those brothers who hear the screams of their wives who were raped 25 years ago. They remember. We need to help them. I will finish off by saying this. We turn to Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. As youngsters, what have we done this year? As youngsters, we prayed to Maharaj. As youngsters, we said to Maharaj, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, to our Guru, that Maharaj, we're knocking at your door, we seek your assistance, and we want to do 1 million Chaupai Sahibs. We have done 1.3 million. There were many who doubted us. Many said, munde galla kar deya. Munde bani nahi parde. These boys don't read bani. They don't care about their faith. We showed them what's what. 1.4 million Chaupai Sahibs have been done. Next Saturday we do the Ardas in Wolverhampton. I invite all of you to come. But I'd say to you again, I come to you empty-handed. These hands, if we join them before Maharaj, they become full of strength. These hands have the capabilities of challenging 125,000 each. I come asking for your help as a brother and as a son of the Panth. My final question to you is, will you help me in my struggle for justice and freedom? Bhai Sonehal!